welcome back to Sizzle Kitchen. Today we are going to see how to make vegetable biryani in our kitchen. This is the most requested recipe among my friends, and let's see how we make it now. The vegetables that we would be using here, this is like I have chopped 2 onions, this is 2 tomatoes, this is 1 big onion and 1 small onion, 2 small tomatoes or medium sized tomatoes. I have paneer here, it should be about 200 grams, and I have 1.5 lemon that I have cut and kept it here, and here I have 3 carrots, about 100 grams of the green beans, half a capsicum, 2 small potatoes, and I have like 5 to 6 mushrooms here. I have some cauliflower, 3 green chilies, mint leaves, ginger garlic paste, and I also have coriander leaves. So now before we start, green chilies, it's here too, and this is the box that I had, we don't need it now. And so like to this, now what I'm going to do is, we can add any kind of vegetable that we want here, any kind of the vegetables actually, but omit using the beetroots because they tend to leave the color of that the beetroot, the red color or the deep red color. It tends to change the texture and the look of the biryani. So if you want to use, that's fine. Otherwise, I usually don't use beetroots in my vegetable biryani. That's that. And here we'll be like marinating this the cauliflower, and we'll be frying it along with the paneer. So to make the biryani rice, I'm going to use the instant pot. We can always use a traditional way of making in a stove top, but this is much easier, so I'm going to do that. So there is half a cup of oil in this. I'm going to add this much of that should be about a small piece of cardamom, and this is the stone flower or kalpasi. I'm adding that, and I'm adding 3 or 4 of cloves, 4 cardamoms. This is the regular zeera. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of that. And now to this, I'm going to add the chopped onion. We have 2 onions here. I'm adding 1 onion to this. Three green chilies. A tablespoon of ginger garlic. This is like little bit of mint leaves. It's very less. And I will also add some. This is coriander leaves. It's very less. I'm going to add that because we'll be adding all that in the gravy as well. And I'm adding some salt for the rice to cook. Now to this, I'm adding a handful of tomato. It should be about half a tomato. And also, I have this rice washed. It is 5 cups of rice. That's about a kg. And I have soaked it for 10 minutes. Now I have washed and kept it. I'm going to add it in this. The water you have to adjust to the rice that what you are using. Here I'm using the royal basmati rice, and it is 5 cups, and I'm using 7.5 cups of water because I also have the masala in the instant pot, which would also have water for the rice to cook. So the onions and all the mixture that has its own water to that. So I added less of water so that it's not getting very soft. The rice is not getting very soft. Just check for the salt before you close the instant pot, and also add a little bit of ghee so that it doesn't let the rice stick to each other. So now in a minute I'll taste for salt, and also I'll add a little bit of ghee and close the instant pot. You have to add a little bit more of salt. My oil is good enough. I added enough oil. I don't want to add ghee. So this is done. I tasted for salt. I'll close. Okay, let me seal it. In the rice mode. So it says it will take about 12 minutes in the rice mode. In the meanwhile, I'll start making my gravy for the biryani. This is a marinade which I made for cauliflower and paneer. That's for the biryani as well. I'll be shallow frying it. This has 2 tablespoons of gram flour, that is besan flour, little bit of salt, ginger garlic paste, zeera powder, a teaspoon of zeera powder, and a teaspoon of chili powder. With soy added salt also, I tasted it, and this is all I have. And I'm going to mix the cauliflower that I have in this, and also the paneer that I have kept for the biryani. So this frying gives it a nice flavor. If you're making it for a party or so, like I prefer making it like this. If it is for household and if you are concerned about using less oil, we can omit frying it. You can just add it to the biryani as such. But definitely it improves the taste frying it and adding to the biryani. So here is the paneer. That should be about 200 grams of paneer. So rice is about 1 kg. That is 5 cups that I have added. That's about 1 kg. We have at least like 1 kg of vegetables here. So we can mix and shallow fry this. So now there is about half a cup of oil here. It's been heating. So I'm adding the rest of the onion that I had. This is one other onion. The total was 2 onions. So I'm adding this onion here. Ginger garlic. This is 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic again. Salt. Let the onion get translucent before we add the other things. So here's all the dry masala, that is this turmeric, chili powder, zira powder, coriander powder. This is homemade masala for biryani. Also some black peppers. So I'll be adding one after other after I add all the vegetables. So the onion has been cooking for some time. Now I'm adding the leftover tomatoes that we have here. Let's add all the vegetables one after other. First I'll add the carrots. This takes more time than the other vegetables. Carrots, beans, potatoes. So I have some mushrooms and bell peppers. It doesn't take much time to cook. So first I'll add these before I add the other 2 vegetables. When we add frozen vegetable, it does not take much time, but I prefer adding the fresh vegetables. It gives a nice taste to the biryani and it's more healthier than using the frozen vegetables from the market. So we'll give a mix. And now to this, I'm adding this turmeric that I have. That's about 1 teaspoon. Turmeric I added to that. Here is chili powder, zira powder, coriander powder, and the biryani masala I'm adding. I'll give it in the description box, the ingredients in that masala in the description box. So let's mix everything. And I'm going to add some coconut milk. This should be about 1/4 cup of coconut milk. So let the vegetables cook for a few minutes before we add the other vegetables. So I have kept a pan and there is oil heating in it, and now let's add our cauliflower and the paneer here and we'll fry it. Yeah, you can omit frying if you don't want, but I like the way it is. It tastes really nice. I mean, especially when we have guests or if it's for the parties, we can make it this way. So that's that. Let it go. And now let's check on the vegetables that we have. I will give them a nice mix. I added some water even after that for them to cook. It has to cook nice and soft. Now I'm going to add the 1 handful of coriander and the mint leaves to the curry. So add extra water if the vegetables are not cooking enough. Add water so that it will have water to cook. Also let's add some garam masala in that. I'll add about 1 teaspoon of garam masala. So close it. Meanwhile here, the cauliflower and paneer is still cooking. So here I have some eggs that's boiling for our side dish. I'm adding the half a lemon juice in this, the gravy mixture. I had 1.5 lemons, so I'll add about 1 of that in this. So I have added the juice of almost 1 lemon here, and also I'm adding the bell peppers that I had, and also the mushrooms. They don't need time to cook, so I'm adding it in the end. If you're omitting mushrooms, that's fine, but this is the last to go in the gravy. We have added everything. Let's mix it nicely and we'll switch off the stove. Just check for all your vegetables to have cooked well. In mine it's all cooked perfectly, so I'm just mixing everything. I'll let it sit for like 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes in the stove, and then switch it off. So all my vegetables have cooked perfectly, and I'm going to switch off the stove now. Please do check for spices and salt. Mine is mild, that's how I want it, and I'm going to switch off the stove. So here's our cauliflower and the paneer that we fried. So I completed frying it. I added a little bit of curry leaves when I was frying. There it is, very less of that. And I added enough oil for that. I mean, this is all I added, and we have finished all the oil. And this is how it turned out, and this is our fry of that paneer and the capsicum. So the Instant Pot came to off mode, and now I'm going to manually release the pressure. So the rice is perfectly cooked. It's not very soft. I mean, it came out as separate grains. So now I have transferred all the gravy to a bigger pot where I can put the rice and the gravy together. This is all the gravy that we had in that smaller pot. Now I'll get the Instant Pot and put all the rice in this. So the vegetable mixture is here in the bigger pan. Out of that I have taken this much of vegetable. Half of it I have taken out, just the vegetables. The gravy is all in the bigger pot. So now we are dumping all the rice in. So the stove is on now. It's not off, it's like in high flame. The stove is on. Now we'll add this vegetable on one side. And all this fried, the cauliflower and the paneer on one side. Here I have a pinch of red color powder which I have mixed in a little bit of water. I'm going to add this. This is optional, but it is really beautiful in a biryani when it has few colors in that. So I added that. And a tablespoon of ghee on top. The stove is on high flame. I'm going to close the lid and I'll put it in a simmer. Also a handful of coriander leaves. We'll wait for up to 7 minutes and keep the flame in the lowest possible, and then we'll mix it. Now here it's almost 5 to 7 minutes now. I'm mixing the biryani that we kept earlier. Do not break the rice. Slowly mix it upside down. It takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth the time. It tastes yummy. Like, see, it is perfect. I mean, for the 1 kg of rice, this gravy and the rice, it's perfect. The rice is not sticking to each other, and do not break the rice when you are mixing. Be very careful when you mix. So we can even put this in the oven. We can assemble it in a tray, in the aluminium tray, and then we can just put it in the oven for some time. But this is easier. This does not take much time. And like, you can just close it and leave it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's ready to serve. So this is what it is. You can also add fried cashews and raisins if you want. And the stove is still on. I have left it on. So now I'm switching off the stove. That's it, it's done. I have switched off the stove. This is the final product of a biryani. This is absolutely fantastic. I tasted it, and we don't have any store-bought masalas except the garam masala which I used. And here's a curd for a raita. I have kept some onions, green chili, coriander, and a small piece of tomato. It's not a tomato, it's a piece of tomato, and I have de-seeded the tomato in this. So I'll add a couple of spoons of yogurt to that. It's very thick, nice yogurt. I'm adding it to that. I'll give it a mix and I'll taste for salt and this is alright though. And I have some ginger garlic paste, a little bit of salt, garam masala, and also chili powder here. I'm making like a little paste, and I'll add a little water to that, and I'll add that to the eggs. I'm going to coat it. I made slits in the eggs so the masala can go inside, and I'll slightly fry it in the oil once I make all this, because I don't like the taste of the plain egg, so I'll do that. It won't be very spicy, but it won't be bland. So here, this is really nice. Okay, this is one. Just call my name. We'll be okay. Oops. So here to the same cauliflower pan, I have added a little bit of oil. That is about 1 tablespoon of oil, just to shallow fry or just to put the eggs in that, so that the raw smell of the ginger garlic and everything goes off. And also it gives a wonderful flavor to the egg, and I like it along as a side with the biryani. So let it get hot. So now the oil is hot or warm. Let's place the eggs in that. And let's slowly turn it over. It will take only a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It will get a slight coating on the outer portion. Let's close it because egg has a tendency to burst. I'm just closing the thing. So let's flip it once. I flipped it once before. And let's flip it again. Until the coating is slightly brown like this, we'll coat it once. We'll rotate it once again. Let me add all this coriander that I have. It's very less, but I'm just going to add on top. Close it. So now this is almost done. You can see the coating which is cooked on top of the egg, and I'm going to just take it out of the pan. This gives a very nice flavor to the egg rather than having it plain. So this is that. So here's a yummy egg. So now I have eggs, raita and vegetable biryani for lunch. Yeah friends, this is the vegetable biryani that we made today. This is how it turned. This is a wonderful recipe. It's mildly spiced, and it's especially for all the vegetarian friends who were asking for this specific recipe. This is especially for Meenal and Sampata, who's been requesting for some time, and here it goes girls. Please try it at home. And if you like this recipe, try it at home. Also comment below so that I know how it turned out for you all. And if you like the recipe, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.